Hi guys, it's Christine with Sunny Bunny Gardens, and today is Soapy Sunday, supposed to be Soapy Saturday. I was going out with my very good girlfriend yesterday, so I did have to reschedule my Soapy Saturday, my soap cutting with coffee and vegan donuts. Thank you all for who is with me today. I unfortunately didn't get the vegan donuts today. My husband said that they were sold out, which is really a bummer. But so instead he went and got me some vegan chocolate chip cookies to go with my coffee this morning. So I hope you all have maybe a cup of coffee, maybe a nice little sweet goodie to eat while we cut some soap. I will take a little nibble. These are so good. These are absolutely yummy. They make a good substitution for the donuts that we didn't get today. But it happens. Sometimes they sell out really early before we get there, which I guess is kind of a good thing because it means that vegan donuts are popular. So today we have, as usual, 16 loaves of soap to cut. I did Lemongrass, Rosemary, and I did another restock of Mountain Man shampoo. I just actually made this a couple weeks ago, and it's just selling so quickly right now lately that I figured I better get another batch on the cure rack before I completely sell out. The other thing I did was when I did my lemongrass rosemary this time, I wanted to change it up a bit. For several years now, lemongrass has just been kind of a simple bar with no color and just the lemongrass and rosemary essential oils, but I felt like changing it up. I kind of was like, you know, I feel like putting in a green swirl. So I used spirulina for the first time. I've bought it kind of a long time ago, but I've never really, thought of what I wanted to use it with. So when I saw it, I was like, I'm just gonna grab it, and I bought it. And I was like, well, maybe I'll use that. So I'm hoping that it's gonna be a nice, beautiful green and yellow swirl for a new look. I kind of kept the top a little bit more textured than I normally do on this bar. So I'm kind of excited about getting this one cut open. I went ahead and already took my the wood boxes off. Usually I unmold, from the very beginning on live, but I'm gonna be super honest with you guys today. It's gonna be really hot today, so I wanted to get in early, get things a little bit prepped quickly, so that I can get my stuff done today a little bit earlier than I normally do, because we're having a little bit of a heat wave here in Southern California this weekend. And my new shop, which is in the garage, in case you're new, it does get really, really warm out here. And once it gets, past a certain degree, it just becomes uncomfortable to work. So I thought, I'm just gonna save a few minutes by already getting them unmolded. And so as soon as I'm done, I'll then stamp and line them up on the trays and put them on the cure rack. So let's get started. And please let me know, you guys, if you have any questions regarding soap or gardening or, I don't know, anything else that you want to talk about. If you want to just talk about, what do you do? Where are you from? I would love to know. I really, really love to know where you guys are from. Tell me, because I think it's just so exciting, and it really does, I think, still kind of trip me out. Social media is just so cool at how you can talk to people, from other parts of the world that you would never, be able to talk to before. So let's get started. I'm just gonna kind of move some things around here. But so far, this is what the lemongrass rosemary looks like. Before it was just straight yellow. And some of them came out a little bit more yellow heavy, and some of them came out a little bit more green heavy. This one came out a little bit more green heavy. So let's see. So this one has a little bit more green. So What does that mean? Why did that happen? Well, that happened because I obviously poured a little bit more green in one. Hi, Miami and Columbia, right on. That's so cool. Yeah, it's really, really cool to see where you guys are all from. Thank you, I appreciate that. Puerto Rico, nice. Okay, let's get this stuff unmolded. Oh, I almost threw my mold in the trash. Well, where's my brain? Okay. I don't think my brain's working yet this morning, but oh well. I'll make it wake up. So I do 8 molds of each scent, so a total of 16 molds. And my making days are Fridays. So normally I do the Soapy Saturday. So today though, because they've been in the mold one extra day, I think they'll be okay. Sometimes they'll start to get, you know, kind of hard quickly, but just from touching them, I think they won't be too bad, especially because of the heat here. If this was the winter time, I would be a little bit more nervous at how hard these might have gotten with that extra day of sitting in the mold. A lot of my essential oils I get from New Directions. I really find that they have a really great, not only great quality of essential oils, but they have good prices, and they just have everything. How do I check the pH of my soaps? I don't. That just isn't anything I've really ever done. So I can look on my recipe, you know, the calculator gives you all that information, but I don't check the pHs. My recipes are tried and true, so I don't really worry about that. I do have my garage door open, so if you hear any background noise or anything like that, I will just apologize ahead of time, but I just like to have the garage door open. It literally makes me feel like I'm working outside, and just to get that fresh air and everything in here is really, really nice, and especially because on this side of the house at this time of morning, I'll get the cool breeze in here, and because it's gonna be so warm today, I'm gonna take advantage of it. Oh, New Directions, yeah, definitely check them out. They're really good. I get a lot of my oils. I get a lot of supplies from them. They're really, really wonderful. Okay, let's get my cutter out. And I've done tons and tons and tons of research on suppliers and stuff. So, well, it looks like a honeybee just joined us. Probably smells all the essential oils and thinks that there's flowers in here, which there are. What pricing tool? Okay, okay, I don't necessarily have a pricing tool, but what you need to do is you need to make yourself a cost sheet. And you can go online and find some soap cost sheet templates. You can Google it, and you'll find several that will come up, and you can then just find whichever one you would like to use and use as a template, and then change it however however you want to, that you feel comfortable with. So I tried several, and basically then found one. I don't remember where I got it off the top of my head. That's why I'm saying go ahead and Google it. You'll find something that'll work good for you. And then you do definitely need to make sure that you know how to use Excel. And oh my goodness, let me get some gloves on. That's why I keep doing this. Give me just a second, guys. Let me grab my gloves. I forgot to pull them out. So my hands don't get all soapy and sticky and stuff. But yeah, a good cost sheet, and a good cost sheet that is going to be able to calculate each individual ingredient and measurement, as well as your time, your labor, any of your packaging, whether that be, you know, soap labels, or if, you know, you shrink wrap your, or whatever, you know, all that kind of stuff needs to go into your cost sheet. And then it's entirely up to you how much money you want to make. So you decide what you want your percentage of profit to be. And if you get a good spreadsheet, that all of that will be so much easier for you to do. All right, isn't that nice sound, nice sound. Let's see how these came out. Okay, there's my little swirl for the lemongrass rosemary. And it smells just like it is. Lemongrass and rosemary. It's very simple, it's very clean, but yet earthy with that rosemary. And I just love the scent of this bar. It is just very, very refreshing. So this is the first time using spirulina. I'm very curious to see how this green holds up. Oh, hello bee, I hear you now right around my head. I'm wondering how it will hold up. I know that a lot of greens are very, very hard. Your natural greens to stick and to stay. A lot of times they'll fade, and it's just the nature. Thank you so much. It's just the nature of the game with greens. So I'm hoping that the green will hold up for a while, and if it doesn't, you know what, hell, that's just the way that it is. I'm not gonna get too bummed about that. I just hope, you know, that it'll last for a few months. It's just until I need to make another batch. And I'm just gonna move these stacks over so I don't get myself in a little hole, kind of in a hole or whatever. So, okay. All right, so this one is a little bit more green heavy. So let's see how this one looks. So I think I like that yellow, the one that's a little heavier on the yellow. But let's see. Oh, this one almost has more of a very little bit more of almost a kind of a marbly look. Uh-oh, I think my mom is calling me right now. Oh no, Mom, I can't answer right now, sorry. I thought you were gonna, I don't know, yeah. What's been your favorite packing for your product so far? Packing, do you mean, what do you mean by packing? Do you mean like how I pack the soaps for orders, or do you mean the packaging? If you mean packaging, I just do a soap label. I don't wrap the soaps in, you know, packaging. Okay, yeah, I just do soap labels, and the size is usually kind of called a cigar wrap. So they are, give me just a second. Let me go grab one. Sorry, Mom, I thought you were gonna come on live. Don't you hate it? I never want to ignore my mom's call, but obviously I don't know how to take a phone call and be live at the same time, if that's even possible. I'm not technical enough to know that. Give me just a second, let me grab a label. So these are my labels, so you'll see that they're, I don't know, just I think about 2 inches tall. And depending on the size of your soaps, you know, I don't know, this is probably about 10 inches, 11 inches long. And then they just go on, and then they wrap around, and then I just use a little glue stick. And so then that's my label, so that it can have all the pertinent information that someone would need to know about the soap. And we do all of our labels in-house. I love calls from my mom. Yeah, I was gonna be calling her today, and she actually texted me this morning and had asked if I was gonna be on live today, and I said yes. So I guess I just assumed that she was gonna be on watching, but I'm not sure, so, but she called. So I will definitely call her back once I'm done. All right, here we go. So a little bit more. is a little bit yellow heavy. So it is so funny how I literally did 4 that turned out a little yellow heavy and 4 that turned out a little green heavy. Oh well, I like it though. I kind of like this color, the spirulina. It's really pretty. It's almost kind of emeraldy color. That's the only thing I can kind of equate. It's kind of emerald. I think it's pretty beautiful. So after I see how long it lasts, I'll then maybe incorporate that natural color into maybe something new down the road. We'll see. I do have a couple new product ideas. I'm not going to talk about them yet though, because they're just still in my brain. But I wonder if this might be a good ingredient to use for the coloring. There we go. Yeah, it's just a little bit tougher to get the wires to go through when they've been sitting in the mold for 2 days as opposed to 1. Yeah, I really like the way that this new look came out. Yay! I'm happy that I changed it up a bit. I was starting to kind of think that the lemongrass rosemary was just looking a little boring with it just being kind of the one color, and thought I want to change it up a bit, make it a little bit more exciting. Ooh, that one came out very marbly. Hey Maria, okay, you found me. Okay, I see that Mom was trying to call, so good. I'm glad that. Sorry, I wasn't able to pick up while I was live. But I'm always live on Instagram and now as well as TikTok. So I'm not doing lives on Facebook at this time because I don't have a way of doing the three social medias. So I'm just doing Instagram and TikTok lives. So that's where you'll always see it. So if you want to let Mom know. There we go. Okay, yeah, I'm super excited about this color. I'm super excited anyways, we'll see. I did get a bit of soda ash on the green, which I'm kind of surprised, but you know, I don't think it's that bad. It just kind of gives you a nice little frosted look on top. I don't mind soda ash. I got over that. I used to hate it when I first started cold process, but I've come to terms with it, and it is what it is now. It is what it is. I know some soapers do the steaming. They steam the tops of their soaps. I don't do that. I just have welcomed the process. What's that? Got a little something on the top of that. I don't know what that is. Looks like another piece of soap or something. There we go. Yeah, I don't know. I keep saying the same thing over and over, but I just really am digging it. I love it when I, am happy with something that came out. We put a lot of hard work into, making stuff by hand, and when you're happy with it, I think, hey, let people know that you're happy with what you made. I do still have some regular ones in stock. Not a lot. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, like 14 bars left. Yikes. So I'm possibly going to sell out of those before these even finish curing. But hey, it is what it is. How did I learn how to do this? How did I learn how to do soap making? Okay, that's actually a pretty easy answer. Anybody that wants to learn how to do soap making, I highly, highly suggest that you go to YouTube. There are tons and tons and tons of soap, how to make soap, but I really, really recommend going to YouTube and searching for The Soap Queen. The Soap Queen is the owner of Brambleberry, and if you know anything about soaps, you've probably heard of Brambleberry. She is an amazing soap maker and then started her own soap supply business. So she has tons of soap making tutorials on YouTube. And one of her series is called Soap Making 101, which is basically your beginners you know, tutorials, and she puts together really great videos. I mean, really, really high quality, good videos, as well as she's got several books. So between the Soap Queen and her actual name is Anne Marie Faiola. I know I don't probably pronounce her last name right. Faiola, Faiola. And another great soap maker to learn from is Jan Berry. You can find her as well on YouTube. She also has some really great books. And they both have books that will give you some beginners recipes to learn from, and to also teach you how to start formulating your own recipes, so that once you get the gist of you know, what you need to make soap, you know, your oils and your fats and your lye and your water and your other ingredients and all that, then you're able to formulate recipes yourself. Or just use recipes that, you know, they put in their books. They put them in their books for a reason, so that you can use their recipes. So that's, and then have fun with it. You know, go to, what's it called? What's it called, Christine? The soap calculator? Is that what it is? The soap calculator, right? Let me just double check. Yeah, the soapcalculator.com. And that's a great, very simple, very simple website that will help you calculate the percentages of everything that you need. Is the ingredient, is he making them heavier than the standard? Okay, I'm sorry, whoever just asked me a question regarding 4 ounces, I apologize, I already lost your question. It went up too quickly. So if you want to re-ask that question, I apologize that I didn't see it quick enough. Oh, good. So did you buy Soap Queens or Jan Berry? It probably doesn't matter. Either one is really good. But I'm really glad that you got it. Like I said, they are really, really great books, and beautiful books as well. So they're, you know, books that you'll probably keep forever. But I apologize for the other question that was asked that I missed. Okay, so I'm now going to unmold Mountain Man shampoo bar. And this is, because it's a shampoo bar, I kind of keep it plain. Come on out. Please come out. Really, thank you. And so it's kind of just simple. I just do a simple little whisk star on top, and figured, you know, the guys don't really care about. I want to ask how to avoid and prevent the gel phase. How to avoid it? Well, if you want to avoid gel, then you need your loaf to be cold. So you would then need to put it in the refrigerator or freezer. That will prevent it completely. That's the only way I've ever heard of how to do that. So if you have room in your refrigerator or your freezer, then you need to put, that's where your loaf would go. I don't personally do that. There's no way that I would be able to put 16 loaves in a refrigerator or anything like that. So I just let it go. But I do know that, you know, some people like a certain look, and the book was Pure Soap Making by Anne Marie. Yeah, that's what I have, right? I think that's the latest one that I got a few years ago when she published it. It's a great book, and it's beautiful, isn't it? I love that book. Okay. All right. But I know that there's other ones. I mean, there's tons of videos out there on how to learn how to make soap. Oh, you make your own soap too? Good. Well, how can I find the book on Amazon? Oh, yes. I don't think there's anything you can't find on Amazon. But yes, you can find any of the books. You could probably even just, you know, type into Amazon, you know, soap making books, and it'll pop out. For the honey soaps, is it necessary to use a refrigerator? Well, yes and no. I mean, honey soaps, I've never made a honey soap because my soaps are vegan, but the honey, the sugar that's in the honey does make the, during the saponification process, it gets super, super hot. So yes, I have heard of soapers putting their honey soaps in the refrigerator, but that's, you know, that's just up to you if you have the room to do it, or if you, you know, increase your water a little bit to help with the heat. Watch what essential oils or other ingredients you're putting into the recipe, that they aren't also hot. Like if you're making a, let's just say a honey soap, and then using, like, you know, clove essential oil, or what's another real hot one? Clove, cinnamon, thyme, birch. Those are all like super, super hot essential oils that will just almost, like, you know, can create a lot of cracking from the heat in your mold. So just be careful. Just, you know, I would suggest, if you're new to soap making and you're wanting to make a honey soap, to find a recipe from a reputable soap maker. And I'm almost positive either Jan Berry's book, or even the Soap Queen's book, I think has a honey soap in there. So I would say try, you know, use a recipe from an experienced soap maker to try it first before you do that on your own. Okay, so your 1-inch cut soap is weighing 5.4 ounces after cure time. Is the ingredients making them heavier? I wouldn't think so. The only thing I can think of is you might be filling your mold like super, super high. So, you know, that's got to be more of a measurement thing. I can't imagine that. I've never noticed that. I've never noticed that certain ingredients create a heavier bar. But a 5.4 ounce bar after cure, that's a great size bar. I think that's great. Yeah, I'm happy with a 5-ounce bar, you know, after cure. I'm you know, I feel that that's a good size bar, and it still fits well in the hand, and can even be cut in half for, you know, kids, or, you know, people with smaller hands. And it lasts a long time. Okay, I think I need a little bit of a cookie break. Okay, just a little bit of a cookie break. Oh, little flies. These are good. And these are just from Sprouts, you know, nothing special. And a little bit of coffee. Anybody got coffee and cookies or donuts to share? Tell me what your snacks are. It's always nice to work and snack and have fresh air all together. It makes working not really feel like you're working. But what do they say? If you're doing what you love, it really isn't working. Well, I'm doing what I love, and I love doing it. But I think it's work. It's a lot of physical stuff. So the Mountain Man shampoo bar is just a straight color. You drink your water like it's coffee. Well, I'll tell you what, that's, I'm sure, actually healthier. So after I drink my coffee in the morning, that's all I drink is water. Coffee and water is about all I drink. Well, unless, you know, I have a cocktail or something. When I was out with my girlfriend yesterday, I did have 2 cocktails, and that was really nice. And we had just a really beautiful day. We went to Old Town Temecula, which is, if you're from Southern California, you've probably heard of Temecula. It's kind of our little Southern California wine country. And Temecula has been around for, I don't know, mid 1800s or something like that. So we have an old town, like a real old town. And it's really a great place because it has like wonderful boutiques and restaurants and just, you know, fun things. And so we went down there and had lunch and had a couple cocktails and a little bit of shopping and just had a nice, really nice girl day, you know, catching up. We haven't seen each other in a few months. For the orange soap, I use the natural orange juice. Oh, how fun. I've never done that. I've thought about, you know, getting into some like carrot juices and like avocado purees and things like that. But damn, I just, you know, it's like you have all these ideas, but sometimes it's harder to get the ideas actually into play, right? So they definitely are, and especially avocados. I mean, they're so expensive right now. It wouldn't even make any sense. And I think the surface of the soap is a bit sticky on the end. You mean like at the end of the mold it's sticky? Because I mean, when soap just first comes out of the mold, if when you unmold your soap from the liner, if when you pull the side, if it's sticking to the mold, give it another day. You want it to, you know, pop off very, you know, pop off. That's when you know that it's definitely ready to come out of the mold. But if you're pulling it and it's like you're tugging and tugging and tugging, then keep it in the mold for another day and then try the next day. Yeah, and it is, I totally hear you. I have lots of ideas, and I have way more ideas than I have time to actually, you know, get them done. You drink coffee, water, and tea? Yeah, I used to drink a lot of tea too, like iced tea and things like that. But I was finding that for whatever reason, iced tea is upsetting my stomach. Coffee sometimes does, but the tea was. And I'm like, I don't know why. So I don't drink a lot of iced tea anymore. But yeah, I used to drink that even more than water, but now I just stick with water. And then in the summertime, I like to, you know, if you maybe some people that have what are called soda streams, where you can make your own like carbonated water. And I don't use the flavor packets because I know that that's all like not natural stuff. But I will then make the seltzer water, and then I will throw in like my own, you know, mint or cucumbers or, you know, strawberries or whatever to give it kind of a fun flavor in the summer. And then if I want to turn it into a cocktail, I will then maybe throw some vodka or something in it. And then you've got like the little vodka seltzer yummy thing with lime and lemon from the garden, all kinds of stuff. So that's what I do. 5 days before unmolding? Did it have a really high olive oil content? That's really a long time to... I've never kept anything in the mold that long before, so I wonder if that, you know, I wonder what the oils were in that recipe. Because, yeah, if I left my soap in a mold that long, I wouldn't even be able to cut them. I'd have to cut it by hand. I wouldn't be able to use the wire cutter. It would break the wires. How tiny the bars are. Oh, like, you mean like little tiny mini soaps or something? Try ceremonial tea. That's matcha. I've heard of matcha. Is this cold or ice or hot tea? Oh, okay, yeah. If it's a lot of olive oil, maybe, yeah. Because, you know, pure olive oil soap, actually, you have to cure it for a minimum of 6 months. So the more olive oil, the softer the bar and the longer the cure time. So if it's probably not 100% pure olive oil soap, but if it is like a high content, I then can see, oh, okay, that's why you need to wait so long to unmold. I personally don't do that. That's too long. I then wouldn't, that would just be way too long for me to have to wait. So I like mine that I can unmold the next day. Because I mean, the soap is smoother than the others. Maybe it's because of the acidity. Smoother. Are you doing cold process? So when you say smoother, I'm just kind of wondering, because I know with hot process soaps, you the kind of the texture of the soap is more rustic, a little more chunky and funky than cold process soaps, which has to me like real smooth. So is that what you mean? Because yeah, I'm not really sure how the orange would change it like that. I've never used orange juice. I think somebody asked something about strawberry. Yeah, I've never done it, but I think I've seen somebody do it. Maybe just like on a Facebook, soap making forum or something like that. But make sure that it's ceremonial. Okay. And that's supposed to be better for, it's a hot tea, and that's supposed to be better for like people that have like stomach issues. I have stomach issues. Ugh, I hate that I have stomach issues, but I totally do. So I have to be so careful with what I eat and drink and how much and how fast and all that kind of stuff. It sucks. I wish I, could just kind of be normal and be able to eat and drink whatever I want and not get sick, but I get sick a lot. So I'm trying to figure out why. I'm dealing with a gastrointestinal doctor to see if we can figure out anything, and if we can't, then I don't know. Then I don't know what I'm gonna do. Instagram the strawberry. It looks so nice. Yeah, I bet it does. I'm really curious as to what the color of that would be like, because do you know if it like stayed kind of like a red or a pink, or did it end up turning brown? Because I could almost see like that puree turning brown from the lye. Oh, I know that I have heard that a lot more people now have stomach issues because of basically all the crap that's in our food now. We try to eat fairly clean. We're totally not perfect, but we do really watch the ingredients of what we eat. But yeah, I know that there's no way to get away from some things, and it's kind of wreaking havoc on people's, not only on our stomachs, but just our overall health with inflammation and autoimmune diseases and that kind of stuff, and because of all the chemicals and nasties that get put into our foods, especially here in the US, because we're really bad about allowing the corporations being allowed to put whatever they want in foods that are actually banned in other countries. It's really sad. So everybody should be watching what the ingredients are in their foods. It just is just better, and do the best that you can. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Not only are all these chemicals in the foods that we eat and the drinks that we drink, but in the dishes that we cook in, the pots and pans and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty unfortunate. I know we just purchased a new pot and pan set that is supposedly, way healthier, that it doesn't have all those chemicals. And of course, I'm not going to remember all the names of the chemicals and shit that's in all that stuff, but it doesn't have any of that, just to try to, help in our household too. That gives a violet color. Okay, so what I use to get any purples or lavenders which, you know, that's kind of a violet color, is alkanet root. And you can buy that either in the root form. I just ran out, so, or I would show you what it looks like, that you can then infuse in your carrier oil, whatever kind of oil you like to use, whether it be olive oil or sweet almond or jojoba or whatever. And that will then give you different shades of your lavenders. And I myself infuse in oils as opposed to putting it in my lye water, but I know that a lot of people do. So whether it's, you know, the alkanet root or the alkanet root powder, and I like to use the powder, but like I said, there's been times where the powder's out of stock, so I have to get the root, and then I use my NutriBullet to pulverize it into a powder, and then I infuse it for a minimum of 6 weeks in olive oil in a sunny windowsill, you know, just in like canning jars. So, you know, I use big canning jars and infuse the oils. And then whether you want to use a cheesecloth to strain it or just add it directly, I do both depending on, you know, the look or the bar. Or you can also add alkanet root directly at trace. And so that'll give you a little bit more of a rustic look. So that's what I use. But I do think that there's other natural colors for purples, but I have found that I just really like the alkanet. Once I tried it, I really liked it, so that's what I stick with. Okay. All right, well, you guys, this was kind of quick. Yeah, kind of quick today. I think me taking the boxes off prior saved a little bit of time, because I've got all 16 loaves cut now. So I will now be stamping everything. I don't do that live because it's loud and obnoxious sounding, and that's just going to annoy people. So I don't do that live. And then I'll be putting it up on the cure racks, and then these will be ready to use in 4 weeks. So I'm a little bit early. Usually I'm on for about an hour, but it's only been about 45 minutes, but I think we're okay. I can already feel the temperature is getting a little bit warm, so I definitely want to get these things stamped and get into the air conditioner. So thank you guys so much for joining, and I will see you next Saturday because nothing's going on. I'm not doing anything personally, so we'll get back to the Soapy Saturday, next Saturday, 10 a.m. Pacific. And I think, what am I going to be doing next week? What did I just look at? I think I'm going to be doing Floral Garden. I think I'm restocking Floral Garden next week. And what was the other one? And Mint Tea Tree. So I believe that those are going to be the two that I'm going to be making next Friday that will then cut together on Saturday. So if you have any questions in the meantime, feel free to message me, and I'll always help if I can. And if not, then save it for Soapy Saturday, and we'll talk on Saturday. Okay? Well, thank you guys so much again. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Sunday, and have a great week. Alrighty? Bye, you guys.